some humans to crush, to bring Armageddon and burn them to dust. Hit 'em hard, hit 'em low, give 'em plenty of Daka. Love is standing away. Leave nothing but words behind. Should have fought a taste. Should have fought a taste. Should he also this fucking is all skin. Fox only knows how to cope and to win. Smashing up tenants and taking the scrap. Smoky bushy sneakers, all them go splat. You think it's bigger? Is that right? Or you bought enough to show a fight? There's only one thing that we believe in. A universe is coming for you, it's should have brought it in. Should have brought it in. No beauty you mean is gonna kill me. I'm one stone from the greatest gods in the galaxy. All you miserable kids, what do you want? I can't hear you. What do you need? When the great wave is coming, the gifts are released. We're all on the one platform. Through the blood and taste. Rushing the CDs and giving the grief. It's all that we live for. It's through the blood and taste. Through the blood and taste. Through the blood and taste.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Art of Law show.
Hello. Yvonne.
Hello, hello, hello.
It seems like everyone loves the Shooter's Blood and Teeth song.
Of course, it's always a good banger. Well,
No, that is amazing.
Wag.
can you guys tell me what month it is?
It's October.
October!
It's the wag time.
Today is our October special.
Yes, it is. And we shall be talking about a very orky subject that was chosen by you, the viewers. But hello, Cicero. Hello, Mama Bear. Welcome to the show. We hope you are all here to enjoy. I'm going to change over to paint screen, and I'm going to see if, yes, it has changed. As you can all see, we have a new goal up in our top corner here. War of the Beast.
Yes.
If we get 2,000 followers, Bob has made his choice. He has staked his claim. He said, it is here. He will do War of the Beast finally. We will tie him down, and he will do it for 2,000 followers. He has named his price, ladies and gentlemen.
Can you guess why it's 2,000 subscribers?
Because that's how many episodes you're going to have to do.
No, it's so I can afford a really good bottle of whiskey because I'm gonna fucking need it.
You need purple. Yeah, nope, we got pink today.
Yeah, purple drink.
Hello? China? I need a few fake accounts. See that Gilliman concern? That's Bob right there looking at that, because now he knows there's going to be 2,000
That
followers.
was perfect timing for that one to pop up.
But you want to know who is not concerned? Growlerman.
Growlerman.
And that ties in, because I will be talking about the special orc called Growlerman in a little bit. But first we must talk about other orcs. Because we already been talking about the orc clans. So, the orc clan. There is a total of 6 orc clans. I'm going to do 7, though, because I have a very special orc clan.
special orc clan.
Yes, this orc clan is half canon, half uncanon. It's in that gray area.
Oh, I know which
this-
orc one you're talking about. I'm excited for this one.
Is it the Orcurium?
We shall see soon.
It's the one I think it is. I'm excited to hear about this one.
But the first orc clan I'm going to talk about, though, is, of course, where our boy, a great big boy, comes from. The Goths.
Now,
The
is
Goth
it-
clan.
Is it true he's not actually Goth to start with?
No, actually, he is. Gazgul Maguruk Thraka was started off as a Goth boy.
Okay, I'm thinking something different then.
But he actually has kind of grown more because he doesn't see himself as a Goth. He sees himself as an orc. He is trying to unite the clans and make the biggest Wa.
One of the most
Rally all the
dangerous things
clans.
to do.
Yes.
I can already hear, if you're a Sabaton fan, the blood of Bacchanal. Rally all the clans!
Oh yes. So the Goth clan, though, is the best way to think about the Goth clan is they are your very typical orc. They don't like to shoot. They like to go in there and crump. They actually, so the Goths actually are normally a bigger, more numerous orc clan than every other orc clan. By the way, when I'm saying clan, it's with a K, because of course it's with a K. So they're very often you'll see them, with their big choppas. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
My headset's about to die.
Rally all the clans, Beaky Man, advance!
All of a sudden, I heard very loudly in my ears, "Battery about to die!" And thank you for making me deaf, headset.
I got some new headset myself. I found out my right side wasn't working, so I smacked it a few times. It started to work, and then it went away. Yay! I went away again. So I'm like, "Uh-oh, new headset." I got same day shipping for free, so I'm like, "Okay, sounds good."
Can't beat that.
So I have them on right now. New headset.
So back to what I was talking about. So yeah, you'll probably mostly see them, with their choppas, maybe a slugger, and a lot of times they actually just go in there with a goddamn club. Also, they do have a larger amount of mega knobs than every other orc clan.
I wonder
Mega
why.
knobs. Mega knobs, by the way, the best way to think about mega knobs is they're fucking Astartes, but they wear gigantic armor that is as tough as Astartes armor, but they're just so big and tough. They don't need it like hydraulically. They just move it with pure muscle.
I'll say the Mega Knob is just a super orc, right?
Yeah, it literally is it's just an orc in fucking armor.
And then you have mecha armor knobs.
Those was even more dangerous.
Mecha armor knobs. You fucking knobhead.
Yeah, so notable goth, actually some of these actually have notable goth formations. First is the goth infantry. Can you kind of guess what those are?
Beaten sticks.
Yeah, it's literally just a horde of orcs with sticks going wag and charging. They're obviously the most notable, really, of them because they're fucking everywhere. Then you got the Goth Blitz Boys. These are just motorized orcs. They're just orc infantry. They're Goth infantry boys in a truck or battle wagons. Can you guess why?
Faster at beating shit.
They get to the battle faster, then they go back to beating shit. That's literally their infantry are so loaded down with weapons. They have learned to carry extras in the truck because they carry on them a bunch of weapons. Eventually, they will fight so hard it breaks, run back to the truck, load themselves back up, and go right back to the assault.
Why? Just fuck you, that's why.
Yes. Next is the Dread Mob. Traditional Goth. They are just the Killer Clans Death Dreads. Killer Clans, by the way, are really mechs piloted by a Gretchen who is literally soldered into a gigantic can. Yeah, Gretchen cannot leave the Killer Clan, by the way.
They weld them in there?
Yes, they are forever stuck. They're just dreadnoughts. A Killer Clan is just a Gretchen dreadnought.
Okay.
They put him in there, stick him in there you can never fucking leave. Also, by the way, here a little fun fact, Kyle. You know what a Killer Clan does Whenever the Gretchen does when they first put in a Killer Clan.
It finds the orcs that
It
fucking
screams.
taunted it and goes and attacks them.
No, it's really no. It's not even that. It's just the Gretchens. The Gretchen who was
Gretchens,
meanest.
yeah, the ones
The
who
Gretchen
make
who was
fun of
meanest to
them.
us. He just steps on them. That's the first thing they do when they kill a clan.
He's like, I'm a
Of
killer,
course.
I'm a Killer Clan pile now, bitch. Remember when you fucking took my lunch money? Squish.
Gonna learn today.
A Death Dread is just a Killer Clan, but instead of a Gretchen, it's an orc in it.
So a bigger Killer Clan.
Yeah, and that's usually the one you see with like the 4 arms, all of which have a fucking buzzsaw on it.
Yeah.
So after that is the Heavy Hunters, and that's a hunter with a Z. They are just anti-tank infantry. They're just boys armed with rocket launchers and stick bombs.
They're your anti-armor.
Yeah. Funnily enough, you know who actually created this one? The Heavy Hunters? Is actually Gazgul himself. He was the one who came up about this one.
He created the anti-armor division.
Yeah, because he realized, yeah, my infantry cannot pierce his armor. What if I just get a bunch of boys, arm them with a bunch of rocket launchers, and have them shoot at it? And it worked. And so it became doctrine.
All right.
Because before that, they
If
just
it
had a bunch of
works,
boys.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, because before what they did is just have a bunch of boys and try to go to a tank and just beat it with axes.
Yeah, that's not really.
I mean, it works.
I guess it depends on what tank you're attacking. I mean, if you run
And
from a
then-
Baneblade with a couple axes, I don't imagine that could
Yeah,
get
that's
too
not
far
gonna
with
end-
that one.
It will not end well.
But maybe like a little Chimera or troop transport or something, maybe.
And another group of tank hunters technically is the Teleporter mods.
Oh
mobs.
God.
So first, I need to talk about the Teleporter, which is actually created. Can you guess by who, Kyle?
Yeah, it's got to be some weird boy or mecha knob or something. One of the oh God, what are they called? The ones that got all the guns and stuff. The Ludas.
The Badman? The Ludus? No, it was actually not. It was actually a named orc.
Oh, a named orc actually did this?
Yes.
Oh, I know this name. Orc's name.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's gotta be like some actual like scientific or weird boy orc.
The Mad Mech known as Orchimedes.
Orchimedes.
Orchimedes? Are you serious?
Oh God, Ash Armageddon. Why?
Uh-oh.
But yes,
All right,
he
give
was
me a
a
moment.
he was a mech known as Orchimedes. He created the Teleporter as part of Gazgul's second invasion of Armageddon. The Teleporter is really used to like help get
So
troops.
let me know, guys. Is it working? Did
It's working,
I fix it? Did I
unfortunately.
sound like a chipmunk?
Yes. Ash
Refunded the
Armageddon.
points to make this possible.
Okay, I'm here. You can start talking about Yarrick now. Well, unfortunately, due to Yarrick being dead, we cannot talk about Yarrick.
Yark's
But we're
dead.
gonna talk about his favorite enemy, though. So
Is
the
it like
Teleporter mobs.
like the Cadia meme, like where's Yarrick? Here, point to
Yes.
your heart.
Yeah, Ash Armageddon is pretty much going to be Cadia. Like, Cadia, Yarrick stands in my heart! Ah. The holiest of oil. Crush orange soda. Not sponsored.
Sadly.
You mean W, right?
Yeah. Orange flavored Crush Dubby.
There you go. Sure.
Muppet.
Don't
So
forget
the
shell.
teleporter mobs are just a group of orc, like, well, exactly what it sounds like. It's just it's a orc boys. Yeah, we'll explain a little bit later. As Armageddon. So that they're just like it's mainly like a group of boys, but they're surrounded around a mech boy who has a teleporter. The teleporter a lot of times is what he's going to be doing is he soaks up Gretchen and he teleports them into tanks. Yes. Sometimes they mess up and he teleports outside the tank. Sometimes they teleport in the tank. But there's a very little bit of a problem with this though. Teleporters actually what they do is they send you through the warp.
So the problem.
Yeah. So
Going
imagine
through
you're
the
just a
warp?
little Gretchen who gets teleported unshielded through the warp where there's a bunch of demons all going, "Oh, hi there, little friend. Let me come eat your soul." But you're going so fast they can't get you. The Gretchen a lot of times will pop up in the tank, shitting himself, pissing himself, throwing up, and trying to tear apart the face of everybody around him because he's just so fucking panicked. There was
It's like when
actually
you throw a
story.
cat at somebody and the cat goes nuts.
Yes, exactly that. Except the cat is also pissing, shitting, and throwing up all over you.
Oh god. Oh god.
There's actually a funny story of a Terminator who had the ass of a Gretchen teleported in his helmet.
Oh
He then
no.
drowned in the in the shit of the Gretchen.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh
That is
no.
actually a true story. You wanna know why? Because Bob isn't yelling at me saying it isn't real.
What now?
It is canon.
Sometimes I just tune you the fuck out. What did you say?
Oh, we're talking about the time a Terminator drowned in the shit of a Gretchen.
No, that did not happen. Shut the
That
fuck
actually
up.
did happen. It did happen.
First off, I'm going to tell you the 4 reasons why this didn't happen. Are you ready?
What?
1, a space marine can't physically fucking drown. It's not actually possible. That's what they have the 3rd fucking lung for.
Where's the third
Don't ask me
lung
how that-
breathe out of then? Not the face.
It can literally pull oxygen out of literally either any liquid substance, so water, any of that. It can literally just process
So
it.
he has a
and
fish
pull-
lung. He's got a gill. So Space Marine's
Yes.
third lung is a gill, confirmed.
Yes, space marines have a
They're
fish lung.
Their feet.
They are fish. They are part of the Tau. Got it.
What the fuck did he say?
I don't know. So we still got a few more of the goth things I'm going to talk about really quick. Next is the Storm Boys. Everyone who really should know about Storm Boys, they're literally orcs who strap a rocket on their back and launch into battle.
And have fun doing it.
Funnily enough, there has actually been known times of orcs, Storm Boys, shooting down Valkyries while flying in the air. Yes.
Yes, no, that happens.
After that is the Goth Guard. So the Goth Guard is actually they're very special. They are Gazgul Magul Straka's personal guard. They are knobs. Knobs are the really big orcs who boss around the other orcs.
The big boys.
They're so fucking huge. They're almost the size of. They're a little bit shorter than Gazgul, and they are what's known as scarred orcs. They are like, imagine the best way to think about a scarred orc is they are like veterans of veteran guardsmen. Imagine a guardsman who's been through 20 tours of war. That is a scarred orc.
Because like orcs get bigger as they fight, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
obviously they've been through a lot of battles if they gotten that big. So they obviously know what they're doing and can hold their own.
Oh yeah, because they're always with Gazgul. So they guard him.
Yeah, joke being is with these boys, imagine just Leroy surviving 15 years as a guardsman. Now increase that life expectancy as an orc.
Yes, an
That's
orc who, by the way, orcs who charge in the battle with an axe.
Well, screaming,
Against-
wah.
Yes, they survived all the battles with that.
So fear the
They are
old
sca-
in a profession where they die young.
Oh
Yes.
Very, very likely. That's a very good way to put that one.
Next one I want to talk about is they're actually my personal favorite, the Death Skulls. The Death Skulls is another obviously another one of the clans, but they were kind of like the Blue Clan. They always paint themselves blue because blue. Can you guess? Say it with me, boys. Blue is the luckiest color.
Lucky.
So Death Skulls, unlike the Goths, they don't really favor one tactic more than the other. The only thing they like is just steal everything that isn't fucking nailed down. They are magpies.
They take it. It's theirs now.
Yes.
Shiny.
Funnily enough, in 9th edition, they actually had an ability called Zog Off, This Is Mine.
Oh,
Where
you know what? I remember
one,
that.
you can have one singular Death Skull on a point, and you can have an entire army, and he would just be like, "Fuck you, this is mine," and you own the point. That is Death Skull. They have the highest amount of a group called the Ludas. They're just thieves, and they have a lot of scavenged vehicles. They have somehow, while fighting the elves, taken their tanks, repaired them, painted them blue, and sent them back into battle.
Yes.
While in that same battle?
While in the same battle. They go on there, take it, quickly repair it, and then go back out there.
Nice.
Ass. News.
If it's not nailed down, it's theirs. They're not stealing it. They're just borrowing it.
They're repurposing.
We'll bring it back eventually.
Repurposing, that's all.
Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot to give it back to you? Oh well.
My bad.
Yeah, not bad. So, some notable death skulls is Arch Maniac of Calvarna.
What?
So he is a Death Skulls war boss. He conquered a Forge World.
Oh God.
Yeah, we don't talk about this asshole.
Yeah,
I dropped it.
and he's also what's known as a cyborg.
A cyborg.
Yes, there's an orc who literally has so much like mechanical parts. Imagine an orc that has as much cybernetics as a mechanicus.
Oh,
that is a cyborg. And he literally he saw all the tech a Forge World has, so he brought all his fucking Death Skulls and was like, "This is fucking mine now."
I want this.
Yes. Another one is Bach Sticky Finger.
Sticky
Can you
finger.
guess why he got this name?
I guess he likes to steal shit.
He is a rich Death Skulls knob who pilots a Gorkanaut known as Black Fist. He stole the war machine purely as a way to ensure he has the pick of the best loot. So he stole a Gorkanaut and then used it to steal more shit. Fucking Death Skulls, I love them.
If it works.
Yeah, exactly. Another notable Death Skull, who a lot of people might not know this, is actually Grotznik. Mad Dog Grotznik. He is actually the doc who fixed up Gazgul.
I was gonna say, I remember hearing that name before.
He's the reason why we have this issue.
Yeah, he's the reason why Gazgul is a thing. Oh, I forgot to mention something. You want to know why Gazgul believes he's the prophet of Gorkamork is actually because of the fucking implant he has? Because orcs as they fight more, they grow bigger.
Yes.
So the metal doesn't grow though. So his brain is pushing up against it, which causes him to have seizures. And he sees those seizures as visions of Gorkamork.
So that's Gorkin we're talking to.
Yeah, he's having seizures.
Alrighty then. Hey,
I just thought that little fun fact about Gazgul.
a lot of religion that kind of goes like that. Right?
So yeah, yeah. So Death Skull's tactics are superstitious and covetous in the extreme. They believe that various talismans and charms allow them to manipulate their fate upon the battlefield. So they're very superstitious. That's why they paint themselves in blue. But the weird thing is it fucking works. A lot of times, you'll fire your gun at a Death Skull, and it just bounces off the one piece of armor they have on them. Or your las gun, which never fucking jams, all of a sudden it refuses to fire for a second so the Death Skull can get up to you and smack you with a choppa.
Well, because the orcs believe it works, right?
Yep. So it fucking works. And when they do go into battle too, with their some tactics, they just use whatever they fucking steal. So they use a lot of filthy weapons, machinery. They will literally go up to a guardsman, kill him, take his las gun, and start firing the other with it because he thinks, oh, cool, gun. I only said I gotta buy it, so I'm just gonna use it. That's literally just a fucking Death Skull. Hey, since we go above blue, we gotta go with the opposite spectrum, the red, the evil sons, or as they are, fucking color swap Sonics. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go faster.
Go fast as fuck, boy.
Evil sons like two things the most: going fast and crumping stuff. That's why we so good at it. Lugnut of the Bladed Wheels. Yes, the orc's name.
His name is Lugnut. Nice.
His name is Lugnut.
I like that.
So they are a orc clan who is literally dedicated to speed and making as loud a noise as possible when in combat. The best way to think about it is imagine that biker that goes past your subdivision at 3 o'clock in the morning with the fucking loud ass pipes revving his engine as he goes.
Oh, that asshole.
Because fuck you. Because fuck you, that's why. And a lot of evil sons are actually in what's known as the Cult of Speed. They're not, the Cult of Speed is, they're just not happy if they're not going as fast as fucking possible. Also, fun fact. The Cult of Speed also have, and Evil Sons, and part of that, actually have some of the most pilots and the most skilled pilots. A lot of orcs are as good as Imperial pilots. This is a little something you probably never thought of.
Not
Bullshit.
entirely.
That is actually not bullshit.
Bullshit.
I mean, them orcs go fast as fuck, boy, and still manage to get close to it to hit you with a hammer. I think they're doing pretty good.
My favorite thing, though, is the pilots. The flying headbutt. It's literally, I'm gonna headbutt you with my fucking plane, bitch.
Flying headbutt. Yeah.
So Evil Sons, when they go into combat, they actually employ the most, like, vehicles, obviously, because they gotta go fast. You know,
Faster,
bikes, battle wagons. They even have tanks that can go upwards of a fucking 100 miles an hour. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. I can make it possible, so it's possible.
Well, I mean, if they really believe it.
Imagine a fucking, like, a goddamn tank, armored up to shit with 20 guns on it, going as fast as a fucking war bike.
Wig.
I don't understand how it works, but it works because it fucking works. But it's hilarious. I kind of was losing my mind researching this because why? Well, some notable formations is obviously the first one is they're speed freaks. Most often their speed freaks are just orcs on bikes with 4 machine guns while they're driving, holding an axe and firing a pistol because Mordaka. And the other one is, and then there's the fighter formations, because like I said before, Evil Sons possess the most fighters, the pilots. A lot of times they fight in something called the Fighter Bomber. The Fighter Bomber is pretty much, it's just a mix between a bomber and a fighter, as you probably sounded like, because they want to be able to shoot somebody while also dropping a bomb on them. And the only bombs they have is 1,000-pound bombs. Because what's the point of doing something if it's not the biggest explosion fucking possible?
I mean, gotta give them that regard. They got that fucking right. MOAB, the mother of all bombs.
So, some notable Evil Sons is Grand Speed Boss Shazfrag. Really, the only reason he's notable was Gazgul converted him to join him. And, well, when Gazgul was making his big walk, fun fact, he only ever killed 1 war boss. Because he thought of himself, why waste this good talent when I could just convert them? And so he made a vow to never kill another orc.
Well, he's trying to unite everybody. I guess it makes sense.
I know, I always keep going back to Gazgul because I just love Gazgul. Yeah, and he was in the second and the third wars of Armageddon, which he was leading the motorized forces of Gazgul. So after the Evil Sons, we're gonna go on to the richest of the orc clans.
This is the one
The
I
Bad
was
Moons.
thinking of. The Bad Moons, that's what they're called. They got like
They're
all the
kind of
mech
special,
stuff, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, their thing is Daka.
Daka.
Yeah, they are excessive firepower. So the Bad Moons, they are the richest of the orc clans because their teeth grow the fastest of all orcs.
So they're cheating.
Yeah, they cheat, but orcs don't see it as that. It's just like, well, I don't got to worry about it because if I need more money, I can just go find a Bad Moon, beat him up, and get his teeth.
Now, Alan,
Yes.
how does the introduction of Tau teeth affect the orc economy?
Not at all, because Tau teeth is worthless.
What about Space Marine teeth? They're the same.
Can't tell them the difference as a human teeth.
Yep. Best Bad Moons quote. Daka, 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 daka. Yes, you're not wrong.
I was just curious because you said the Space Marines got that extra long, so they're a fish, which makes them Tau, right?
You know, you're not wrong there.
You know what? I'm gonna come find. Do I need to tear another hole in reality? Come find your fucking Tomb World and kick you in the teeth again? Just because you're a fucking skeleton without a lower jaw doesn't mean everybody else has no teeth.
I think I struck a nerve with that one.
I will accept many an insult. I will not accept being called a Tau.
Okay, Tau.
That's it. That's it. I'm giving your kids crack.
We're gonna give them pinky sticks. So the Bad Moons, like I said, they're the richest, but they also like to show it off. So they possess, in their number, what's known as a lot of flash kits. So I need to find some pictures. I'm gonna put some pictures. The flash kits have something called a custom blaster. The custom blaster is literally just, they put as many barrels and mags on this thing as possible. Hang on, let me see if I can find some. God damn it.
Have
Bob!
fun finding pictures?
Not my job this time.
I do it for you, you bastard.
What am I hunting for?
I'm just trying to find some flash kits because I want to show off their fucking weapons.
Wait, are you serious? You don't have pictures of flash kits?
No, I don't, because fuck you.
God damn.
Okay. All right, so go if you want to go to our shameless code for the Discord because we haven't done this yet.
Shameless plug to the Discord, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on a couple of pictures of flash kits. So I just want you to take a look at their fucking weaponry and just look at how many barrels they have.
The term you're looking for is a snaz gun, Alan?
It's also a custom blaster.
No, it's called a snaz gun. It's not if it doesn't have a snaz gun, it's not a flash kit.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Potato.
No, it's not potato. Any
It's potato.
there goes into battle without a fucking snaz gun is no real flash kit.
Oh, you would know because you're not a flash kit.
I've killed enough of them.
Yeah, we don't have their fucking weaponry though, bitch.
Yes, I do actually, because I've been trying to figure out how the fuck it works. It
The
doesn't
orcs.
make sense.
They're orcs. That's how it works. Well, there we go. There's some pictures. I love the one though. The one I put on there in the bottom right. He has a fucking flamer, but for some reason he has a mag in it.
Yes.
He doesn't have a gun tank. It's literally he has a mag, but it still fucking works. Or the one guy that has the flamethrower with a bipod on it. I wish I'm joking. Just take a look at some of these fucking guns.
Oh, you're talking about the first one, Alan?
Yeah, no, the second. This is the second picture where it has the group of them.
Mm-hmm.
The one in the second from the left. You see, he looks like he has a flamer with a bipod.
Yes, because it's not a flamer. It's what's known as a hot blaster.
Oh,
Get it
flamer,
right.
it's a flamer with a bipod.
Yes.
They just put as many fucking guns and as many magazines and barrels in a gun and just fucking let it rip because the more Daka you fire, the better.
I mean, they have the ability, so
It might as well.
We have the technology.
So some notable Bad Moons, but they here's one is Captain Badrook. Badrook he is a freebooter. Well, because freebooters, the most freebooters at one point were Bad Moons, but they just got kicked out because they were too flashy than their boss.
Yeah, sounds about right. Or they were a part of another clan that we haven't talked about yet.
Yes. So Badrook's flash kits, they carry enough firepower into battle to level a wall of well-defended hab blocks, and he posts the most fearsome firearm of them all. His gun is fucking badass. see if I can send it to you guys. He's really cool looking. Best way I can describe him, he looks like an orc. Oh god, what was that guy's name? An orc Johnny Depp.
Are you talking about Captain?
Jack Sparrow?
No,
I couldn't think of his
the
name.
orc.
I couldn't think of his name for a second.
Captain Jack Disney copyright.
Yes, that.
I'm sorry, they lost the copyright the second they believed a woman who shits on their wedding bed.
We're not gonna get into this.
my dog stepped on a bean.
Oh no!
I love it so much.
Also, am I wrong, Alan?
No, but we're not gonna get into this.
Shit, you couldn't convince me to say that shit on the record, even if you have it recorded. I will go in contempt before I would admit that shit. Non fucking chalantly. Yes, I shat on the bed.
Yeah, so in the Discord, that's Captain Badrock, and that's his custom, his snaz gun, which has a goddamn bayonet the size of a gun on it.
Now, Alan, is this the orc that went back in time?
I don't remember. Is he? It doesn't think he is the one that went back in time. I forget the orc's name, the one who went back in time. Bob, do you remember his name?
I don't, but I know the story.
Yeah, there was an orc who went back in time to literally get a copy of his same weapon.
And he killed himself in the past.
Yes. Oh, Guts. That was one who went back in time, kills herself so he could have his favorite gun again. Yes.
Shit, that doesn't make sense.
Killed himself so he could have his 2 copies
Yeah,
of his
Yeah, he shot himself.
He shot himself in the head so he can have a copy of his favorite gun. So now he has 2 of his favorite gun in battle instead of just remaking another version.
So fucking
Well,
complicated.
since we talked about that stupid shit, how about we talk about some orcs who are actually somewhat competent and somewhat smart? The Blood Axes. There are actually some orcs who are actually somewhat smart because they use something no other orc does. Tactics. I know that's gonna be fucking. I know that's pretty much breaking everyone's minds. So the Blood Axes, they are a clan of orcs who they actually aren't as orky. The orcs see them as like a group of really weirdos, and they deserve to be crumped because they're unorky.
They're LARPers.
Pretty much.
LARPers.
Yeah.
And I'll get to this in a moment.
Oh, okay.
I know, but I'm not talking about them yet. I know everyone wants me. You really want me to talk about them.
Yes,
So
but it's fucking hilarious.
They possess. I'm probably sure every orc clan possesses something unique and a lot of. They possess something called commandos, with a K. They're orcs who they actually sneak in the back of enemy lines. They'll sneak back in behind your lines. They'll actually, plant demo charges, blow up your ammo, poison your water supply. They'll actually do ambushes. And a lot of times it works because when you're fighting orcs, you don't think about this stuff.
I have an orc.
I mean, if you're fighting orcs, would you expect that? Would you expect all of a sudden a group of 20 orcs to pop up behind you and start lobbing grenades?
Imagine
No.
they even charge you.
No.
Exactly. So, unfortunately with that, I can't really talk about their formations because it's mainly just fucking commandos. And they just have a small cell that just go around doing shit. Some notable Blood Axes, though. One of them is Bad Frag is a tank boss. So he's a warlord who led a lot of, obviously raids under a warlord of Grok Face Ripper. Why is their fucking name so weird? But he leads a Mark 8 Mars pattern Chimera that he stole, and he pretty much uses that to lead his troops around and do the commando raids. Another one
He's-
is Boz. Oh, sorry, what?
I said he is what Leroy would call an ass who.
Another one is the infamous Orc Commando Boss Nixgrat, also known as Nixgrat the Stalker. He is a skilled Orc commando who leads a company of Orc special forces known as the Red Skull Commandos within the equatorial jungles of the Imperial High World of Armageddon. It is said that the infamous Orc hunters of the Armageddon Imperial Guard are afraid of one Orc and one Orc alone, and that is Skritsnot. In the dark nights of the steamy equatorial jungles between the continents of Prime and Secundus, these grizzled veterans whisper tales of Boss Skritsnot, blah 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 blah. He's just a guy who literally sneaks through the fucking things and he just slits people's throats. But he actually also does something a lot more sinister too. You ever remember the snipers? They shoot somebody, let them wounded so they can shoot more people going to save their buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Skritos does that, but he pretends, hides, waits for them to come back, and he goes up and stabs them in the back. Skritos actually doesn't use guns. He only uses knives.
He's also an orc that understands the target of this is not the type of target I want to play with.
No, he really only mainly goes for the
Guardsmen.
Guardsmen.
Yes, because he got. Do you know why he only does this, Alan?
And why is that?
Because he had a bad experience with a certain Raven Guard captain.
Oh.
He had a bad touch moment, if you
So
catch
he
my
learned his
drift.
lesson.
Yes, he went after a neophyte of the Third Company while Craven Strike was the captain of said Third Company. So
She's like, I'm not gonna do that again.
Well, imagine you're a sneaky orc. You wounded a neophyte, and he's screeching. You're like, okay, I'll get one of these big ones. And suddenly you feel a presence behind you. You're an orc. And suddenly you have all the fight out of you and go, something ain't right here. And you turn around, and there's this black armored space marine who you did not hear fucking come anywhere. And he goes, Victorious ad mortis. The motherfucker learned his lesson.
You ever realize that whenever I do an episode, Bob always got to pop in the Space Marines are the best?
Sounds about right.
No, bad.
Why do
Bad.
you always got to jump in and ruin my episodes with tangents?
And
Alan?
you're gone, boy! Down!
What I missed? What the fuck is that? Oh, that was a goddamn ad.
A bot.
The bot.
Invictus Battle Suite Stealth one.
And also, I interrupt with tangents because, we gotta pad the episodes.
We don't need to pad it with 45 minutes of tangent. You fucking.
Blood for the blood god! Blood for the blood god! Blood for the blood god!
But no, it also adds context to the character in this regard, Alan. Because it's an orc that learned.
I know.
The most dangerous kind.
I know. These orcs learn. That's what makes them so fucking horrible, horrifying.
The orc learned from its mistake and realized, don't play with the big food.
Abominable intelligence was exterminated. Yes.
Slay it again.
I'm gonna go to our last big clan, and these ones, the best way they are the Native American orcs, the snakebites.
Ooh.
Well, this is the tribal ones.
Yeah, they are the more tribal ones. They don't have any really mech boys. Instead, they have shamans. Their main combat specialty is shock assaults, squig breeding, and poison.
And turning people into squigs.
Oh, baby.
Turning people into squigs?
Yes.
Squig turning people into squigs.
Oh, boy.
Yep. And the fiance is wondering why she's marrying me at this point. He just walks in her squig breeding, and she's like, what? Oh, sorry. So, the snake bites... You okay? Did you break?
Uh-oh. Something happened.
Something broke.
Something happened.
What's going on?
Don't worry about it. She's just breaking things.
That sounds typical. Typical. Ashley got to break shit.
That way you can't yell at me for doing it.
So the snake bites, they actually, one cool thing they actually have is they actually have a coming. They're actually one of the few orcs that have a coming of age ceremony. So when an orc wants to become an orc boy, what they actually got to do is they got to inject themselves with the most horrible poison they possibly can. So that way they
Why?
can build a tolerance, because they use a lot of poison in battle. Last thing you need is your own orcs poisoning themselves. And when I was talking about squig breeding, they go really, really into it. They actually possess the most amount of squigs of any other group.
I guess if
These
you
are
rely on animals and squigs and stuff and not actual
Alan.
eggs and stuff.
Remind me, dear Magos, is this the one that strats bombs to squigs and tell them, "Go hey, say hi to friend"?
Yeah, they have squig bombs.
Bomb squigs?
They literally bomb squigs. Also, they possess another thing, something called a squig off. Shameless plug for the Discord.
Oh yeah, these fucking
That's
things.
a giant fuck off squig that he rides
Yeah,
yeah,
take-
like a war elephant.
That's
Yeah,
the
take
giant.
a look. It's in there.
That's
It's in the Discord.
That's the giant lizard.
Yeah, they're horrifying. Literally, they literally use them as tanks, and there's just a bunch of boys on there, with a bunch of guns, all firing at once in the
It's-
middle of battle.
It's a horrible combination of tank and
Are
armored
you okay?
transport.
I'm going to say something. 'Cause I'm worried about you now. It's breaking more things.
Did she have too much crack?
I don't know at this point. So instead of some notable, orcs, they actually have notable snakebite tribes because there are clans built up in the tribes. So first off, they have the Worm Killer tribe. They're just mainly like a bunch of like run herders, which they're like the squig breeding tribe. They're the ones that have they have the most amount of squigs, and they actually earn their name by killing Tyranids. They really like killing Tyranids. They see them as a test for the squigs. If the squig can kill a Tyranid, well, then now they can kill a bunch of other things. Probably enough. That's actually, I'm looking at the wiki. That's really the only one they have. What? Why only have notable snakebite tribes? Only have the one tribe.
Because they're a backwards tribe.
Oh, probably. So now we're gonna get on to one thing that everyone was waiting for. The Orc Purium.
Oh yes.
For the boss emperor.
For the emperor?
We're the meat emperor's meanest, greenest boys.
Yes. So they're believed to be actually an offshoot of the Blood Axe clan, mainly because these the way they act, and they believe that they believe that they're some of the first clans that actually had contact with the Imperium. So they refer to themselves as the Imperium, and they literally possess their entire culture around this, because they actually believe the aesthetic qualities and the beliefs of the Imperium of Man bestow power to this.
Which is
So-
fucking hilarious.
This clan is the most universally reviled and distrusted clan by any other orcs, including the Blood Axes. They don't like them either.
I wonder why. They believe
So the
in
orcs-
Imperium.
The orcs of the Orc Imperium wear salvaged pieces of Imperial power armor, not just in the battle, but in their daily lives. Yes, the orcs actually wear power armor. Just take that into effect. Imagine an entire orc Wa charging at you, all of them wearing Space Marine power armor. God damn. So, the orcs do frequently paint and repaint over their armor, always in reproduction of Adeptus Astartes chapter. It is not fully known why an orc will choose to wear the colors of a certain chapter, but it appears the orcs have some understanding of the history of each chapter, and may select one they believe to be the strongest or represents them the best. So they will crudely paint if they think like, oh, I like the blue boys. They'll crudely paint that they're the blueberries on there, or I like being a sneaky git. They're gonna paint themselves black of the Raven Guard.
Yeah, these guys are funny.
Yeah, and the orcs will frequently fight and debate amongst themselves as which chapter is the best. But despite this behavior, the warbands do not separate themselves into chapters, and instead fight as an amalgamated horde similar to other orc hands. Yo, boss, why power armor is having horns? Blood for Gorkad. Yo, Max, we need to loot more power armor of the spiky boys of chaos. No, actually, they will not do that. Because they will actually, their biggest enemy is heretics, as they call them. Heretics. They will hunt down heretics. They believe heretics till there is nothing left of them.
Yes, this is the one I told you gentlemen the story about.
Yes,
Arcadians thought, well, everything's fucked, we're lost. It's doomed. Suddenly you have 1 million reinforcements, and there's this orc dressed in a proper colonel's uniform. He goes, the 200 the Emperor's meanest, greatest.
So the relationships, it just goes on to a good tangent with the relationships of the Imperium. The orcs generally believe themselves to actually be part of the Imperium, or at least allied to the Imperium of Man. This means that the Imperial vessels in void space can safely pass near cruisers, pass near their orc cruisers, and their entire fleet. Imagine that you're going through space. All of a sudden, you see a fucking fleet of orcs, and you're like, "Oh shit, we're about to fucking die." All of a sudden, you get a comm relay and say, "Oi, you Imperium? Yes. Ah, good day. Go on ahead." What?
Yeah.
What?
What?
What the fuck?
So the orcs, so actually one Ordo Xenos Inquisitor once spent an entire week in orbit above Menos II, which is actually their headquarters, without hostility. He spent a week with them, and they didn't do a single thing. They enjoyed having an Inquisitor with them because they could prove on how Imperium they are.
How loyal.
Yes. Such actions, however, is not without risk. The orcs are dogmatic, short-tempered, and quick to suspect human subversive of heresy, at which point the ire of every orc in the vicinity will be drawn. So, the Maccabi, you guys remember the Maccabi and Janissaries? They're literally the guardsmen that are taken off of Cathedral World, where they will literally cite scripture of every single second and kill someone the minute they think that any type of heresy.
The moment they fuck up one word in the scripture, you're a dead man.
Yeah, these orcs are worse than them.
Damn.
Although there is only one problem, though. Certain Imperial vessels, including those of the Adeptus Astartes Black Templars, Imperial Fists, Marines Malevolent, Flush Terrors, and Mantis Warriors, seem to automatically draw the clan's aggression. Ordo Xenos Death Watch cruisers appear to be their favorite, though. So if you are any one of these, do not attempt to talk to the Orc Imperium because they will try and kill you.
I wonder why.
While amicable to the presence of the Imperium, the clan seems to equally intolerant to the presence of any void spawn or chaos incursion. The orcs will hunt down chaos with a zealous that will even make the Maccabi and Janissaries fucking blush.
It'd be great.
And even the most spiteful, and even the orcs also oh god, I cannot talk.
I can't think of it. Never mind. Probably those orcs have their own uplifting primer.
No, they actually
Yes.
will. They have their own uplifting primer, and they love the uplifting primer. They follow it to a T.
That's why it works.
Yes, because they believe it works. It fucking works.
If I remember correctly, with this fucking group, you know how the uplifting primer paints Tau as little better than stupid idiots? That our high advanced technology is just bullshit fake?
East.
If I remember correctly, when the Tau had to fight these orcs, all their railguns and shit stopped working. Nothing
Because
more
they believed it.
nothing more advanced than a bow and fucking arrow was working. Just, what the fuck is going on?
So this is a good Bob. It actually leads to to my next topic: the relationship to other Xenos. The Orc Imperial clans, like most orcs, have an extremely adversarial relationship with other Xenospecies. The forces of the clan have been engaged in regular contact with several tendrils of a Hive Fleet Dagon. The orcs have also been recorded deliberately seeking out and attacking Necron tomb worlds, often with full invasion forces. Kyle, watch out! You might get attacked by the Orcperium.
Wonderful.
Who knows?
Have also been.
Maybe they'll free. I said maybe they'll free our poor Magos and restore his legs.
Nah.
There have also been known engagements with Eldar craft worlds, Luganov, Altiak, and Bael'Tan. Imagine how goddamn confused those Eldar were. What? They're attacked by the Imperium!
What?
Why are they gigantic and green? What?
Why are they orcs?
Why are the orcs? Why do they have to like guardsmen?
Why are they well equipped, well armed? Why do they have functional Imperial armor?
Orcs acting as Astartes. Trazen, I need to catch them all.
Pokemon. Somewhere there's an Eldar Farseer really fucking panicking.
Also really confused. They've also been having several engagements with Dark Eldar and Corsair pirate fleets. Sorry. The engagements with the pirate fleets have generally been limited to void combat, though. Obviously. The orcs have knowledge of the Tau and a rather strong personal opinion on them. They believe them to be cowardly weaklings, but no recorded encounters between the two species have been logged. Oh, probably that what you're talking about, Bob, was just that one episode. Like it was like, okay, this can't fucking be possible. So now we're gonna talk about their leader, the Boss Emperor.
Dear God, here we
the
go.
Boss Emperor is actually an orc. Chaos Lord after meeting these orcs. Am I a lunatic, or are those fuckers more chaotic than us? Probably. So, the Boss Emperor is actually an orc. This orc is huge and clad in a large suit of golden armor cobbled together from various sources. This orc should be considered extremely dangerous, even by war boss standards. The orc's psychic gestalt field imbues the Emperor with the belief of his clan, giving him such abilities as the ability to survive void exposure unharmed, physics-defying athletic ability and strength, the ability to survive grievous wounds and heal quickly, and competency at hand-to-hand combat, enough to the point that he can fight a group of Astartes with little difficulty.
Yeah.
The orcs of the Orc period worship the Emperor, and it can be severely agitated in his presence. They insist that other orcs ought to follow them, and their usual trust of actual Imperial units becomes strained if the Imperials do not regard the war boss as the true Emperor. And the Emperor has a personal elite guard of mega armored knobs called the Custodes with a K. All painted gold. So, okay, just imagine how terrifying this is, Kyle. They believe, whatever they believe becomes real. They believe in the Emperor. They believe this orc is the Emperor. Oh God.
So they believe their own emperor, not the human.
No, they believe this orc is the Emperor. Panic.
That sounds a little heretical.
Comedy.
With a K.
Orc Custodies. Yep, Custodians of a K. So the clan religion belief centers around the Emperor and worship thereof. In Orc-Imperial theology, the Boss Emperor is regarded not merely as a prophet of, but a direct conduit of the will of Gork and or Mork, depending on who and when you ask. Unlike other orc tribes, the Orc-Imperium rarely sees sectarian conflicts between the followers of Gork and the followers of Mork, as all follow the Boss Emperor. Yeah, they believe that the Boss Emperor is the prophet of Gork and Mork.
Yeah.
He is literally the direct conduit of them. Their actual religious practice revolves around the revering symbols, most notably the scribbled Aquila sign, and chanting prayers to the Boss. Several sites have been excavated by Imperial Xeno-archaeologists that believe to be temples of the Boss Emperor. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace on Terra, corpse on the Golden Throne.
What the fuck?
I think he peeked out.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
peek out.
I peeked out. Now, here's my favorite part, though. The Prime Orcs. The clan has a number of sub-bosses.
Orcs? Oh, God.
Yes, they refer to themselves as Prime Orcs. They appear to take the names and aesthetic of similar traits similar to the actual Astartes Primarchs of the Great Crusade.
I remember Vulcan running into one of these things.
So first we're going to talk about is what I was alluding to in the beginning of the episode. Primarch Growlman. Taking after the styling himself as the Ultramarine Primarch Robute Gilliman. Growlman leads one of the largest fleets in the Orcperium. Observers regard him as among the most dangerous and competent of the Primarchs, not only in single combat, but tactically as well. Growlman will often command his forces to conduct distraction tactics, pincer maneuvers, and set up flanking opportunities of extreme ease and discipline. So there's a bit of a problem, though. During the close of the Blight of Ultramar campaign, Prime Orc Growlman himself became aware of the reborn Primarch Gilliman. Declaring Gilliman a traitor and heretical impostor, he launched his fleet into the single most aggressive action the Imperium has ever made against the forces loyal to the Imperium. He sees Gilliman as a copy of himself.
Yeah, because there can only be one Gorkmillion guy.
Yeah,
Finish the story. How'd this end?
When they completely
The
destroyed
Codex
him.
Astartes does not support this action.
You see, Growlerman did not read the updated book, which says angry blueberry should be avoided at melee.
And he tried to melee him, and it did not go well. Because they may be a Prime Orc, but they're still not Prime Arcs.
But Gilliman, looking for something that beat out his aggression over all the bullshit. It's like, finally, something I recognize. A fucking orc.
And then he stops for a second and go, wait, why does he look like me?
Why the fuck does it look like me? That moment of pure, oh, finally, some peace and quiet. I can get back to what I was designed to do. Beat the shit out of, oh, why does it look at me?
The next one, though, is Primarch Arn Orc. Oh. Sorry. My alarm went up to take my meds. Primarch Arn Orcus. Close associate and confidant of Primarch Growlman, Prime Arn Orcus is the most adept mech boy in Orcperium. And he styles himself as Ferrus Manus.
Yeah.
Orcus is known for his extensive collection of heavy weapon platforms, specifically and most notably, Mecha. Orcus oversees the construction and deployment of Klans, Death Dreads, Gorkanauts, Morkanauts, Stampas, Gargants, operated by the Orcperium. And he's constantly surrounded by cyber orc knobs and a veritable army of mech boys.
I can hear.
Literally, he has the firepower that can bear the lives of a small fleet around him at all times. Orcus is unusual among the Primarchs that he often will send his weapons under his control to his brothers when requested, and he is pretty much a de facto armory world.
Just like Medusa all over again.
They use servogrots? Yes, they use servogrots.
Servogrots.
Yeah, so he literally is the arms supplier of the entire Orcperium. And the last one, Primarch Jagged Eye.
Oh, God.
And that's Jagged Eye. Proof positive that not even the strange religious beliefs of the Orcperium are immune to the influence of the cultist speed. Primarch Jagged Eye takes after the White Scar's Primarch Jagged Khan, obviously. Jagged Eye is known for one thing across the Orcperium: speed.
You go fast?
Whether it's leading his screaming horde of biker boys on a hit-and-run tactics or battering enemy positions with flanking war buggies and half-tracks, you can guarantee it will not be done slowly. Jagged Eye has recently been seen in the Vigilus system, which has been under siege by a larger orc invasion. Rather than participate directly alongside the other orcs, he is in fact explicitly not welcomed by them. Jagged Eye has taken upon himself to root out the elements of Vigilus' increasingly prominent Gene Stealer cult. So he is literally going. He is allied with the Imperium going after the G-Stealers. Well, so that way the Imperium can focus on the orcs.
Which is the funniest fucking shit I've heard all week.
Yes, it is fucking amazing. So the military force of the clan, though, is extremely vast as any other orc clan. They seem to have a particular affinity towards the use of jump packs and heavy armor. The way that their military is a little bit different than your average orc, they actually have ranks. So the first is the prime orcs. They're the war bosses. Then you have the captain, lieutenant, and commander. They're the knobs of various sizes. Then they got the sergeants, a boss knob in command of a large group of boys. Then they have a brother, which is a boy. The orcs are the Astartes. Then they have the guardsmen, which are the Gretchen. And they actually, believe it or not, they actually treat their Gretchen fairly well.
Which is even funnier.
Yeah, because the best way to think about it is they're treated as an Astartes treats a guardsman. Content, but they don't beat their ass.
Listen, I gotta tolerate you for 20 more minutes. That gives you all the time you need to get the fuck away from me.
Exactly. So at least these guys don't gotta worry about being a
White
snack.
scars are on our backs again. Damn, we have to face them. Wait! Why the fuck do they have large tusks and green skin? What the happy turbo blasting noises?
Salamander orc marines, pretty much.
This is horse shit.
And so here's what's even more funny is that, believe it or not, the orcs, they probably possess the most amount of older generation Space Marine armor than the Imperium themselves. They have Space Marine armor that dates back to the Great Crusade.
Yeah, don't remind me about
Still
this.
used it to this day.
It really, really upsets some people.
So yeah, the Orc Imperium, what they would do is they would actually follow around the Imperium, and then literally, the minute after a battle and everybody left, before the Imperium can go and take their armor back, the Orc Imperium will go in, take it all, and leave. Then they just come back like, what the fuck? Where's all our gear? I know we left this here. And as you see a bunch of fucking orcs running away, just carrying fucking Space Marine armor.
But now,
So they go into battle wearing literally relic armor, more than the fucking Space Marine chances themselves have, and it pisses them off to no extent.
Could you blame us?
No, but I am going to say though, it is funny as fuck.
Oh, I'll give you that. It is funny.
And the last thing I want to talk about, though, of the Orc Imperium is their flagship, the Emperor's Will. The clan's flagship is a massive golden ship, clearly Imperial in original design, although it's not immediately clear what the original pattern was.
Wait a minute. Keep going.
The orcs have sprawled across its hull in bright red letters, the Emperor's Will. It is believed that the ship is a fairly recent acquisition to the fleet. It is evident that many of the ship's weapon systems are non-functional. The aspects array is so poorly calibrated that the ship can be easily boarded without raising an alarm if approached from the ship's aft side port. To compensate, the ship is rarely seen without at least 5 smaller vessels that supplement its deficiencies. The interior of the ship is extremely vast, and as such, huge portions of the ship are barely touched by any Orcish modifications. Notably, many of the corridors have giant fiberware cords snaking through connection to various subsystems that appear to reroute the ship's command center, which is apparently located in a large central atrium that was once likely used as a chapel hall or a parade deck. The original bridge of the ship appears to be completely unused. The lower decks of the ship have been forcibly sealed off by the Orc crew. They are populated by a relatively small population of Tyranids, which took residence in the space hulk the ship was apparently cut from.
it was cut from a space hulk?
Yes!
Oh my god.
The orcs generally like having the Tyranids aboard, as they can venture in the decks below and have a good fight whenever they like. Yeah, so they went to a space hulk, like, oh, this looks really cool, cut it out, and now they're just using it.
Ordinance. Or again.
But imagine this ship going for a running attack on a Tau ship. Blueberries with shit bricks. Yeah, just fucking crashes and all of a sudden Tyranid Imagine if you didn't know that and you go to board at the bottom. Oh, we're gonna go take on some. Why the fuck are the orcs gigantic and purple?
What the fuck?
Wait, is this the purple orc they talked about?
Oh no.
And that's really all I have on the Orcperium. That's all I have today.
More than
I
enough.
wanted to talk about the Orcperium though because it. My commander, we are attacked by humans, orcs. 10 minutes.
I don't know anymore. Crying noises.
That was today's LAN. Was it okay, guys? Did you have fun?
I really enjoyed the Orcperium. I heard a little bit about them when we were having our game night, because we, every other Saturday, we all get together and play Wrath and Glory.
And
Warhammer
Bob
Wrath
mentioned
Glory.
it.
And Bob mentioned it at one point, and we're like, is that a thing? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, we got to talk about that on the show. And then when Alan decided to talk about Orclands, he's like, all right, well, it sounds like he's going to put that in there, and which he did. And I wanted to know about him, and I
do believe the exact words were, "You're fucking lying. That cannot be a thing."
That ain't canon. It was like, it is. Like, what?
It is.
It's partial. It's literally it's in that limbo of is it canon? Is it not canon? We do not know.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I liked it. Time to repaint my red Stompas warband with some McCrag blue.
I seriously don't. When I finish up my my orc, I want to make them Orcperium because I'm still planning on getting an orc army, and I'm going to make that Orcperium. It'd be great.
It'd be fantastic.
Oh. Well, that's all I have. So.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll just go on and get to the end of it. Well, everybody, this has been the Art of Lore show, and I want to thank you all for stopping by for our Orctober.
Bob got to have a break today.
Yes, after a wedding speech, a wedding, and a lot of drinking, my throat needs it.
So Bob got some time off today. Not too bad. But as always, this has been the Art of Lore show. I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and don't forget to get you some Dubby. We got to do our shilling. Dubby, code Art of Lore, get 10% off. Join the Discord. Follow if you haven't already. For those of you watching the VOD, I know there's a bunch of you that watch the VOD and the YouTubes. Follow the Twitch. Say hi. Show us your stuff you're painting on. Tell us how bad we are. Or if you want us to talk about something that you like or dislike, throw it up on the Discord. Join. One of us.
One of us.
But yeah, that's really it for the shilling. Oh, before I forget, 2,000 follows. War of the Beast. So tell your friends, tell your family, follow Twitch, and then you'll finally get your War of the Beast. Bob will be tied down and forced.
Hopefully with a very expensive bottle of whiskey.
Don't worry. I'm going to go talk to some Chinese bots now, and I'll make sure we get to 2,000 followers.
Don't do that.
What a fucking bet.
I said, don't do that. I didn't challenge your ability. I said, don't.
I'm going to, motherfucker.
Jeez.
All right, everybody. This has been the Art of Lore show. I want to thank you all for stopping by, and I hope you all have a good night.
Night, everybody.
And a happy October.
Wag.
Bring back the Russian bot with followers.